Hi, I'm Lily. This is a piece that I wrote far too late last night, so I'm going to be surprising you too, Jordan.
Great.
Fun. Okay. It's called The Defiance in Cells. Also, I'm sorry if I go a little over. You can cut me off. Okay. I've never read it out loud. You know, there's a scar on my left foot, right down the middle. Beside it is a vein, a long baby blue bedroom squish cylinder, which starts just before the scar and disappears back into my foot right after. Tendrils of other veins poking out as well. On the right side, where there is no scar, there is no vein sticking out either, just faint traces of blue. The scar used to be longer, but it appeared when I was 8, almost 9, a number I remember because I got the same number of stitches as I had years. And as I am now 15, it has healed and shrunk. At first, it was a shark bite, a badly thought-out ring which shredded down through the part of the foot which is not the sole. My sister brought me white tissues to stop the red bleeding. I wound up lying on the bathroom floor, my foot elevated for health reasons, I think, and to avoid staining the house with bits of me. Perhaps my grandmother, hi Grammy, remembers this event as it happened in her family room, but perhaps she doesn't. After all, she has seen me with a broken nose, and my brother, she has seen with a forehead broken by a shovel. She has seen each of us sick as children often are, and right now she is walking about with a broken foot and a brace, and she should be on crutches or something, but she's not. Yes, I did write this entire thing just to admonish her. Who is to say if she is to remember this particular tear of the flesh? So many things break and heal in the end. Because it was the top of the foot, the skin slowly peeled apart, rose-red blood bubbling to the surface as though my body had become a water fountain, perhaps the fountain of youth. Soon enough, some doctor was shooting Novocaine around the top. Long rip, the needle slowly burrowing into pale, stretched skin. The destruction of pain was the most painful part of the process. My foot came out of this ordeal with a gray wire sticking out and yellow filth clinging to some unnamed part of me, a red line down the center, joining together somewhere deep inside. And even as I tried to prepare for a rapidly approaching dance recital, stitches tugging at my toes, healing began. Okay, accuracy, healing continued. Technically, the rush of red bubbling out of the depths of me was the start. Even then, platelets were pinning themselves to the stretching, pulling, peeling injury, sending back positive feedback for even more, clotting clogged, broken capillaries. Then I ate my own dead remains. Debris and bacteria, my own late cells, up until this point left inside me, were enveloped in swallows by monstrous white masses, potential for disease flushed out by my very cells. Factors for growth, similar to rebirth or perhaps a Xerox machine, were released. And then became the great internal Xeroxing. Massive mitosis reformed blood vessels broken, Roman architects fixing aqueducts. Skin cells are reproduced aplenty. Myofibroblasts worked like contracting muscles, slowly yanking the broken bits together, wound contracting, wound erasing, healing. The scar grew in strength. Then, now useless cells made solely to fix me up committed a pre-programmed suicide, a perfect apoptosis. Stitches were removed, and I danced like a clumsy child during my recital, but I leaped and twirled and plied and relevéed, and that year my dress was nice. There is a long pinkish bump on my foot, which is a shining silver metal in the light. Little lines and bumps run over it, as though my scar itself has scars. But when you feel it, it is colder than my other skin, and smoother to the touch, and somehow more delicate. I take no pleasure in suffering. Pain is not romantic. It hurts, and sometimes it hurts for no purpose or rhyme or reason. Pain is so incommunicable, unshareable, it makes writers cringe. But there is a certain defiance in healing. The very skin and bones and cell and blood are declaring, I will not be broken for long. Sinews stitching back together, back to a new version of the original. With death and blood and dignity, I will not be broken for long. This is one of the only comforts I have ever known. Not that all is well, not that all is as it should be, but that even when my pericardium has frozen and broken apart and my blood mixes in me like sickness and shards of cardiac methyl stab me inside, even when my medulla oblongata has forgotten how to keep my breathing clear and slow and sent the men hammering my pulse out against my skin into a frenzy, even when I am lying on the bathroom floor for whatever traumatic reason there may be, I will not be broken for long. My cells defy the concept. So we are pushed over the edge, beyond the limit, The world rips and tears, and pieces of us are dug out and broken. And with the Xeroxing of what is left, we climb back over the edge again. In the middle of the night, I used my iPhone flashlight to observe a slit on my knee, which came when I scraped it on those stupid short chair desks. Pink puff surrounds the yellow, crusty scab. It is beautiful in its disappearance, lovely in its defiance. Healing.